Edgar Allan Poe, haunting poet, tragic life. Edgar Allan Poe is possibly one of the most well-known horror story writers, but Poe is not as well known for his poetry. Poe's life, to say the least, was tragic. Orphaned at the age of 3 after his parents both died, Poe was raised by a tobacco merchant and separated from his siblings. Burning furniture to stay warm, the poor Poe struggled to get through college. After his fiancée left him for another man, he met and married his 13-year-old cousin Virginia when he was 27. She died of tuberculosis at age 24, the same sickness that killed his mother, brother, and foster mother. Having compiled much poetry since a boy, it was not until his publication of The Raven in 1845 that he became famous. After his apparent engagement to Elmira Royster Shelton, Poe was found dead on October 7, 1849, in a public house from unknown causes. The poet only lived to be 40. To the River by Edgar Allan Poe. Fair river, in thy bright clear flow of crystal wandering water, thou art an emblem of the glow of beauty, the unhidden heart, the playful maziness of art in old Alberto's daughter. But when within thy wave she looks, which glistens then and trembles, why then the prettiest of brooks her worshipper resembles. For in my heart, as in thy stream, her image deeply lies, the heart which trembles at the beam of her soul-searching eyes. The poem is just a short 2 stanzas. The rhyme scheme is A, B, A, C, C, B, D, E, D, E, F, G, F, G. The first stanza pulls in the reader with the rhyme scheme. Look closely at how the second stanza has a clear separation in the rhyme scheme, separating the first and second half of the stanza. Poe also uses dashes to separate certain lines and add pauses for emphasis. Poe writes, Fair river, in thy bright, clear flow of crystal wandering water. The speaker's admiration of the river is clear here as he describes it as bright and clear in line 1. Poe's clever vocabulary expresses the transparency of the river. In line 2, it is further explained that the clarity of the river is like crystal. Once the speaker displays the flowing water as wandering in line 2, the problem in the poem comes to light. The reason for the poem is explained when Poe writes, Thou art an emblem of the glow, of beauty, the unhidden heart. In lines 3 and 4, the speaker claims the river to be a symbol for beauty. The source of the river's beauty seems to be its possession of an unhidden heart. This emphasizes the river's transparency from line 1. The idea of an unhidden heart is appealing because of its inability to hide the deepest parts of it. At the end of the sestet, the speaker introduces old Alberto's daughter. The river seems to have to be confused and intrigued by the woman. With Poe's use of personification, it is clear the river is a symbol for a man. The man seems to be stricken by this woman. In the second stanza, the speaker introduces the connection between the river and the woman. In these lines, the woman is seen looking into the wave of the river and possibly at the unhidden heart. In line 8, the river is seen glistening, which could be displaying a nervous sweat in reaction to the woman. Later in the line, the river trembles, showing the nervous response that the woman evokes from the man. The speaker justifies the glistening and trembling of the river in line 8. The response of the river is finally explained through the portrayal of the woman's beauty. Perhaps it was the beauty of the woman that made the river sweat and shake. This idea deepens the connection that the river has to the woman. The impression that the woman has made on the river, and even on himself, is shown by the speaker. The speaker for the first time interjects himself into the poem as he says, For in my heart. He relates himself to the personified and symbolic river. He describes both his heart and the stream as impressed by the woman whose image that lies deep. The symbolism of the man is made clear in this stanza. The woman's image metaphorically lies in the man, but the reflection engraves the woman into the river. In the final 2 lines of this octave and the poem, the speaker reinstates the problem of the river and further gives direct reason for the problem of the river. In line 13, the speaker repeats the idea of a trembling response, making it unclear whether it was him or the river who trembled. The woman's eyes, being described as soul-searching, gives the woman a depth even deeper than the river. The river responds again much like a man and trembles at the gaze of the beautiful woman. Poe is widely acknowledged as the inventor of the modern detective story and an innovator in the science fiction genre. Many of his well-known works include The Telltale Heart and Annabel Lee. While Poe is most known for his grotesque short stories, he also has a collection of poems revolved around love. Reflecting his tragic life, many of his works are filled with tragedy. Many rumors about Poe have been spread due to his rival Griswold. Poe once said, "Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality." Poe simply wanted to reveal truth to his readers and do so through his sometimes lovely and sometimes grotesque writings. To those who know Poe, pity is felt. Some who do not know Poe may show disgust towards his writings. All who have read Poe see the tragedy in his works. Poe has definitely displayed the horrors of reality.